What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be doing a September reset. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my daily cleaning routine, how I have been able to kind of keep up with life's everyday messes for the most part. I'll also be sharing with you guys a couple of books that I am currently reading and one that I just finished, which I'm obsessed with. We're going to be reflecting on the previous month's goals and then also setting some new intentions for the month of September. I always love watching these type of videos and even making this type of content because one, it holds you accountable. Like you're basically giving a visual diary as to what you plan on focusing for the current month. And then also it gives you, motivation and hope, just hearing and seeing what other people's goals and intentions are for the month. Because honestly, if you don't have any goals in mind, you're kind of just like coasting through life and without any direction as to like where you're actually going. So setting even just one or two goals or intentions for the month is really just going to kind of help you attain those said goals a lot sooner because you have those goals set in your mind. And really every single day you should be trying to hit those goals or at least working towards them on an everyday basis. So hopefully by the end of the month, you'll achieve that said goal. So it's always just like kind of fun sharing what I want to focus on the current month. And then I also love to hear what goals and intentions that you guys set. You shared some really, really good ones last month. So continue to keep sharing them and we can kind of like just chat more down in the comments. So the first thing I really want to do is just tidy up a bit. I have a lot more calls in the afternoon. So I just want to like tidy up my space. I like to get it done in the morning just because the longer I wait to get any type of like cleaning done, the more likely I'm not going to actually get it done.
It's easy to speak out about the way I live, but it's a 24-karat dream. No supermodel in my dirty jeans, but in my 24 inches heels. I'm not pretending, I'm born like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's none of your business if I'm a mad woman. It's trouble in your mind, how I spend my time, but it's a 24-hour streak. Wasting all your thoughts just to criticize, but there are plenty more ways to think. I'm not pretending, I'm more like this, a game for the reckless. It's so extreme and I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. They're calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah.
So recently Riley has been into Legos and she got 2 late birthday gifts. So she got this Gabby's dollhouse one, which she put together a majority of this all by herself. So she's really, really talented. And then she also got all the princesses. So it came with like a set of 4 different houses and everything. So we ended up putting that together and just had a really good time. They're literally so cute. I put the princesses in here, but then they come with, each of them come with pants, and then they each have their own little like skirts, if you guys can see this. Their own like skirts, so you can make them like dresses, like, you know, they're putting on their dresses to go to the ball and stuff like that. So we had such a great time just putting all of these together. And then we also had a really fun time, like just like playing with them. They actually end up coming over to Gabby dollhouse for like the ball and stuff like that. But she's just really been enjoying it lately, and I like love that for her. So I definitely do want to do toy rotation this weekend, and we can switch out and bring more of her Legos. I know we had some other like Gabby's dollhouse stuff there, and then she asked to put away her LOL, so I'm fine doing that. But I really want to just put that craft stuff away, so I might just do that instead because she has been playing with her LOLs. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys what we've been up to and all of like the cute little stuff that we have been putting together. It's now time to reflect on some of my previous goals from last month. I have them pulled up here on my phone. So one of the goals that I had set for myself was to get outside about 2 to 3 times a week. I would say I definitely kept up with that goal. Now, not all of the times was I going for an actual walk or like going to the gym or anything like that, but I was getting outside, maybe running some errands. And then also the second half of the month when Riley was here for about 2.5 weeks, we got outside every single day. So whether I sat outside and I got some work done and she rode her bike, or we went to the park, like I made it a point to get outside every single day because one, I knew that she needed that. Like she can't just be cooped up in the house. And also at the same time, I couldn't really be cooped up in the house. But I will say during those like 2.5 weeks, like I didn't really get a chance to go like walking too much outside. We tried to go walking around our neighborhood while she rode her bike, and I was like trying to get into like running or something like that. I don't even know what I was doing, but she was only out there for about 15 minutes. And I think also not having any of her other friends riding their bikes, we definitely would have been outside a lot longer. However, there was a day that we went to the park specifically with, you know, our neighborhood friends, and we were literally outside for like 2.5 hours. We went to the park, we went walking, we did all of the things. So having other kids will keep her outside longer, but I am proud of myself that I got outside a majority of the days, and especially when she was home with me as well. I would work around my schedule. So, you know, I would take my lunch break and we would literally go to the park, play there, or allow her to ride her bike, or roller skating, like all of the things just to be outside and enjoy like the last, you know, couple of days of summer, even though like we all know summer tends to linger a little bit longer, but it was just nice to get outside and, you know, get some sunlight on our skin. The other goal of mine that I wanted to do was to drink 2 of these cups. This is a 40-ounce cup that I had gotten in my partnership with Temu like last year or so. I've been drinking about 3 of those, and I am like literally so proud of myself. I have definitely stepped up my game when it comes to drinking water. I will say I am usually finished with one of these by 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. I've been getting up a lot earlier. I've been getting up around 6 o'clock, and again, because Riley was home with me, it's not like I can wake up early and go for a nice walk outside. So what I would do is I would walk on my walking pad in the morning. I would listen to affirmations. I would listen to a podcast and really just take that time for myself, because I'm really trying to focus more on doing that and pouring back into myself in the morning so that, you know, throughout the day, whether work needs me, she needs me, you know, life happens, I'm not depleted like literally an hour into the day. So I am really, really happy. I'm going to continue to keep trying to keep up with that. But the goal was just to have 2, but I have actually been managing 3. So I'm really, really excited about that, and small claps because that puts us into the next goal, which is to just celebrate your small wins. Like so many times we set these goals for ourselves and we almost downgrade it, or we almost feel as if we have, you know, have not been successful just because we didn't hit that one major goal, but like all of the small goals that have equaled or are getting you closer to that goal or helping you reach that goal should also be celebrated as well. I think it just helps you to continue to keep going in life. And then also, you know, why do we have to wait until we got to a certain point to celebrate all of the other wins? Like, celebrate them when they come, because then that's just going to motivate you to continue to keep going, continuing to be disciplined to then eventually reach that said goal. So that is what I wanted to put out there. So yeah, definitely making sure to celebrate small wins. I'm trying to think of what else I will say I've been eating at home more, but then not. Like, I would say it's 50-50. I was traveling a little bit more. I traveled twice this month, so it is a little bit challenging trying to like clearly eat at home. And then I don't want to like overbuy food and have it in the house and then be gone for, you know, a couple of days at a time and then the food goes bad. But I have eaten at home, I would say probably like 2.5 weeks out of the month. So again, celebrating a small win. Did I eat at home the entire month even if I wasn't traveling? No. But I could at least celebrate the win there. And then hopefully this month I will eat more at home because I already laid the groundwork from, you know, the previous month. I'm just honestly in a space where I don't want to be too hard and critical on myself because like the world can do that. You know what I mean? Like the world is always critical of us as individuals and people judge others. And why do we have to also criticize ourselves as well? Of course, we want more for ourselves, but there's a healthier way of doing it rather than degrading ourselves or talking down to ourselves or, you know, focusing on the negatives on the things. Because really, there's always two ways to look at a situation. You can look at it with a glass half empty vision or view on it, or you can look at it with a glass half full. So I could take that 2.5 weeks that I didn't eat at home and just say like, oh my God, like I didn't reach my goal. I spent more time eating out. You know, I wasn't as healthy as I should have been. Or I can look at it where I did eat at home for a decent amount of time. Could I have done better? Absolutely. But at least I'm celebrating what I did accomplish rather than focusing on what I didn't. And I'm kind of really to the point where I'm tired of focusing on what I didn't, because the biggest thing in life is what you focus on, you find. So what you focus on is going to attract that type or level of vibration. So if I'm constantly focusing on the negative in life, in any situation, more negativity and low vibrational things are going to continue to keep coming my way, because that is what I'm manifesting. We're always manifesting something. So if you're focusing on the positive things in life and looking at things glass half full, and that doesn't mean like you're living in a Delulu land, which I know some people say like you almost should, but no, you're just choosing to look at the good in a situation rather than focusing on the bad. And more good is just naturally going to be attracted to you. And before you know it, whether that's a month, 2 months, 3 months down the line, you're going to see that growth that you had because you've been focusing on the positive, which is internally going to want you to continue to keep doing better. So with all that being said, let's talk about the goals that I have written down for the month of September. I honestly didn't have like anything too crazy. One of the things, and this is the main goal that I really want to focus on, is just following through with the promises that I make to myself. And it could be anything. There are so many times when, you know, maybe I'm scrolling or playing a game at night when I know I should be going to bed because I know I'm tired and I know I need to get up in the morning and, you know, move my body or do something for myself. And, you know, sometimes I'll just say like, okay, in 5 more minutes, I'm going to shut the phone down and go to sleep. 5 minutes comes and goes and I'm still scrolling on that daggone phone, you know, and naturally I'm lying to myself. I'm literally lying to myself because I'm saying one thing and then I'm doing something else. So I want to just make sure that I am following through with the promises that I make to myself, big or small. It could literally be anything. I just gave you guys an example, but anything that I am trying to change, or, anything that I say like, hey, I want to walk, 3 days out of the week, then make sure that I'm walking 3 days out of the week. Now, of course, if life happens, you get sick or things like that, it's understandable. We can always make excuses for things. However, if you say you're going to do something, then do it. And that is really what I want to focus on, is whatever I say that I want to do. So these goals right here, I need to make sure that I'm following through with it, because then my subconscious mind because then it's only building trust within myself, because I could then trust the things that I say because I know I'm going to follow through with them. Next, we have to let go of being perfect and focusing on being better every single day. So again, kind of going back to what I had just mentioned about, small little goals that are going to help get you to where you want to be, and not feeling like you need to go 0 to 100. And because I am a recovering perfectionist and just feeling as if I have all of this added pressure onto myself to like be perfect and show up in a perfect way and all this other stuff, but like, why? Why do we have to do that? Why do I have to do that? Let me speak to myself. Why do I have to do that? Because perfect doesn't even exist. It literally does not exist. So I have been striving or trying to do something that is unattainable. You know what I mean? I'm going to fail every single time. And it's just, I need to get rid of that. And I don't know like what has kind of gotten into me. I think it's probably because I've been reading 2 of these books, which I'm going to share with you guys shortly, that I feel as if have kind of like lit a fire in me to kind of get rid of certain things. And I also think that, I mentioned to you guys, I wanted to focus on affirmations, and there's been this one I have been playing on repeat every single morning and every single night. And it's just like, do I necessarily feel just yet what I'm saying? No. But right now I'm just speaking to my subconscious mind, and before you know it, I'm just going to like exude that. You know what I mean? And maybe I am, but I just haven't seen it yet. You guys let me know. But the next goal that I have, I want to just start living in the now, and basically what I wrote down is start living and doing the things I've been wanting to do, even though I'm not where I want to be. And this is definitely a little bit more of a complicated situation, or like complicated like scenario. But the best way for me to explain that is like, sometimes, people may say like, oh, I want to like learn how to, I'm just literally pulling anything out, but I want to, I could still use this to myself, but like, I want to figure out what my sense of style is, right? But I'm also in the process of trying to lose the weight that has just like been so hard to lose, if I can be 100% honest with you. But why do I have to wait until I've lost the weight to then try and figure out what my style is, when I can just do that now? You know what I mean? And love on my body how it is now, even though it's not perfect, it's not where I want to be. But like, why put off something that I want to do and work on for the future until it's almost like I'm telling myself like I'm not worthy of those things now. I have to wait until I reach a certain like goal weight or whatever it is to be worthy of figuring out what my fashion is. And it's like definitely a loaded scenario type of thing, but it's kind of like that, meaning like do the things that I want to do now, even though I'm working on where I want to be in life type of thing. So that is definitely one of the other things that I want to just like focus on this month. I feel as if this month is really all about like self-growth type of things, and not so much like, I don't want to say like trivial things like, oh, drinking your water. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I just want to shed the dead weight of limiting beliefs and all of the things. And then the last thing I want to work on is to continue to set boundaries. So I have been learning that my lack of boundaries has definitely contributed to a lot of the what's the word that I am looking for? It has been contributing to a lot of the maybe frustration that I've just experienced in life in a general sense. And that could be boundaries with myself. It could be boundaries with family, friends, my child, because, you know, that's a boundary that I'm starting to realize you need to have in place. You know what I mean? But you need to set boundaries with people to protect your peace. And it could be challenging because one, you don't necessarily know where to start. Sometimes you don't even know, you know that a boundary needs to be put in place, but you may not know exactly what that boundary needs to be. Or you could honestly just be worried about the outcome or the reaction from other people and feel, you know, maybe bad about it, sad, you know, all of the things. But I've been reading a book, and this has definitely been, I'm still in the middle of reading this one, but I had picked this book up a while ago, but I'm trying to read every single day. So I've picked it back up, but it's called Setting Boundaries, Finding Peace, A Guide to Reclaiming Yourself. And I think a lot of us have a lack of boundaries, and a lot of our frustrations that we are experiencing on a day-to-day basis or weekly basis or whatever it is could simply just be a lack of boundaries set with certain people. And that's really all it is. And once you have experienced peace, I will tell you, once you've experienced peace, you will do everything in your power to keep that peace. It doesn't really matter if you're going to piss other people off. And that's kind of where I'm at. You could still say and set your boundaries with love and all of those things. However, once you have truly experienced peace in your life, you are going to do everything in your power to keep that said peace, and all of the things that are not going to add to that peace or disrupt that peace got to go, or have to have some type of boundary so that you know, kind of keep that peace within yourself. You know, so I will have this linked down below. Highly, 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 highly recommend. I think I got it off of Amazon, but I wouldn't be surprised if you can find it in, you know, Barnes & Noble, Target, any place like that. Now, there was another book that I had decided to pick up, and it's actually, I don't want to call it a series because it's not like a true series. You can read them out of order, but I wouldn't recommend reading them out of order because the third book is going to be coming out in 2025. But it's a guilty pleasure, and I'm all for it. I was literally obsessed and hooked, and literally would just sit on this couch for hours just reading. I opted to read this book before even putting on the TV. And I love a good show, you know? But anyways, it's called This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. Obsessed. I picked this up from Target. I picked it up from Target. And this is actually the second book to this book. I had picked this book up years, I guess maybe a year or two ago, and I read it. It was really, really good. I actually just liked this one better. I was actually both of them were really, really good. Scratch that. Both of them are really, really good, but I just randomly picked this up. I think I ended up on Book Talk or something like that, and somebody had mentioned this, so I picked it up. Really, really good read. It's called Before I Let Go. And then I heard that she made another book, and then that's when I picked this one up. And then This Could Be Us. So the reason I say it is a series, but not a series technically, is the books are centered around 3 girlfriends. So the first book is about the first friend. Her name is Yasmin or Yasmin. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, whatever you're reading is what you're going to say. But Yasmin, and then she introduces her 2 other girlfriends, Soledad and Hendrix. And the second book is centered around Soledad. And then the third book, which is going to be coming out, I think spring of 2025, is going to be centered around Hendrix. So you hear like it kind of crosses over. So like technically if you read this one, like you can then go back and read this one, but like this one is where you really get to meet all of the characters, and then this one you'll start to recognize like, oh yeah, I remember she mentioned that in, you know, the original book. So I will have both of these linked down below. I've definitely gotten back into reading, which I love. I need to pick another like fictional book to kind of just like indulge in. I've really just been enjoying like romance books. I don't really know. I just like want to attract love. You know what I mean? That is what we're all for. But those are the 3 books. I will have them all linked down below for you guys in case you guys are interested, looking for a good book. But I highly recommend learning how to set boundaries, because we are trying to protect our peace. And before you know it, the holidays will be coming and rolling around. And if you don't have those boundaries set, it might be a little bit challenging for you. You know what I mean? It might be a little bit challenging for you. But then if you're also just looking for a great guilty pleasure, I highly recommend both of these books by Kennedy Ryan. I like the author, so I think I might try and pick up another book of hers because you know, so far I really like both of those. So those are all of the goals that I have set for this month. Make sure to leave me a comment down below letting me know what your goals are for the month, so that, you know, we can just support each other. This is clearly not just about me. We all should be having goals, and I want to be there to support you guys in your goals that you want to focus on, that you want to just help better your life, big or small. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything crazy. Sometimes it might just honestly be a small little goal, but if that's all you have to give, then just understand that that's where you're at, and you know, set your one goal, and you kind of just like go from there.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky, when you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights, talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy, I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love a little louder, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud, love out loud. Don't wanna be shy,